Hey y'all, say y'all, peace and power Santa. 6 is your girl Divinely Lika, and welcome to our channel. The 12/12 portal is officially open. It is 12/12/2023. I love it. I love it. The energy feels good. This is good manifestation energy. If there's something you want to manifest in your life, this is some good energy to work with. I know for me, I had like nice little talk with my inner child. Nice little talk with my spirit guides. But I made sure I did it at 12 a.m. because I kind of just felt like that was like double the energy. So yeah. But let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on, collective. All right, please understand that all of my messages are general. So take what resonates to you in your situation and leave the rest behind. Do not force anything to fit your situation if it does not. Because I could be talking about you or someone who's in your energy, knowingly or unknowingly. My readings are also timeless, so they can apply to past, present, or future. All right, let's see what's going on though. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. Clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. What is it that their divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors want them to hear the most at this time right now? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way, to the way of my loved ones or my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnify, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across, and also protect and open up my third eye chakra as I get these messages across, so that I can dive deeper into my intuition and get further clarification of the cards that come out today. All right, thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, hold up, one more, y'all. One more. Okay. Let's see what's going on. The collective. It's time for me to order like several decks of cards. It'll be my Christmas present to myself. Alright, let's see what's going on. What is it that the collective's divine spirit guides, their higher self, want them to hear and know the most at this time right now? Oh, these fucking narcissists. It's, oh my god, like, it's whatever. That card came out. As soon as I see that, it's like I felt narcissistic energy before I even pulled a card. Like I seen the card in my mind's eye, and then it came out for my physical eye to see. First one we have is mirror. It says mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. We have Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting, hesitation. Then I have girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. So this mirror card is like really screaming to me, right? Okay, paradise. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. What the fuck? Okay. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just trying to figure out what is it that I'm channeling right now, because I'm getting a lot at one time. So there is somebody that has learned based off of a connection that they had with somebody who was narcissistic. You're understanding the importance of setting boundaries before getting in a new connection. But there's this mirroring card that's screaming to me, and I think it's because I feel like the mirror card is giving me kind of what I'm getting is that you could have possibly manifested this narcissist into your life. It says relationships reflect our wounds. You wanted to fix this person in some type of way. Something about this person activated your nurturing, like, your nurturing characteristics. I wonder if this is a continuation. This seems like a fucking excuse my language. The F word was, the F bomb was so unnecessary. But I'm getting passionate. That's what that means. It's giving me the energy of a continuation of the last reading. Because the last reading had a lot to do. It said something about heartbreak, then an epiphany, and then big success, generous offer. But I wasn't working with a love deck, so it really didn't get into love. But this energy is giving me the, like, so the heartbreak that could have been tied to the last reading. If you have not checked out my last reading, I suggest you do so for context, because this could actually be a continuation onto that reading. I titled it 1212 portal message, 1212 portal message, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it just seems like whatever epiphany that you came to in the last reading about this narcissist that you are dealing with has ultimately, it's definitely triggered some things within you, because that's where this mirroring each other, relationships reflect our wounds. You being in a relationship with this person has definitely triggered a lot of different things that you needed to heal within yourself, and a lot of them started with some inner child healing that you need to do. I'm definitely hearing codependency. There could be some codependency issues tied with, maybe some abandonment wounds or issues that kind of kept you with this person based off some things that maybe have transpired in your childhood. But ultimately, you have learned from that situation. You do, like, maybe at one point in time, you really thought this was your forever person. And I believe that that person was actually sent to you as a lesson. And you understand that now. And because you understand that now, you're moving on to peaceful, calmer waters. And actually a real love is going to come in. Something that's actually meant for you. Something that's actually healthy. But now you understand, before you get into this next relationship, some precautions that you need to take. First and foremost, we want to start off by setting boundaries. And if you don't understand what boundaries you need to set for yourself before getting into a relationship, then that means you need to spend some more time healing and loving on yourself. Because I'm going to be honest, my last relationship taught me I didn't have any freaking boundaries. I barely had any self-respect or self-love. I knew what I didn't. I knew what I didn't want. I knew what I didn't want to be treated like, but I didn't have any set boundaries for myself. And sometimes it takes for you to get treated poorly to understand how you want to be treated, to understand what, okay, let me go back to the drawing board, because the first thing that'll hit you when somebody does you wrong is, who the hell do they think I am? And if that's one of your first, like, if that's one of your, like, first thoughts when somebody, like, tries you, they break your heart, they cross you, is like, who the hell do they think I am? Then ultimately it means that more than likely you might know who you are to an extent, but you didn't know to the extent where you actually set healthy boundaries for this person. Because my thing, when you love yourself enough and you set healthy boundaries, people know what they can and can't do with you. They know, like, okay, this is not a person I can deal with, because they're not going to let me do what I'm used to doing in other situations. But ultimately, you've learned whatever you needed to learn from this narcissist. And there is some type of new love coming in that's going to bring you a lot of happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness. I like it. Tell me more, Spirit. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Show me more, Spirit. So this person could be somebody, they might like try to seduce you to get into your energy in some type of way. Because we have Cupid's arrow first. Have faith, love is coming. So this person might try to put their little sexy on. Okay, then we have mask. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we have mask, not showing true feelings, high personality, pretending, delude, gaslighting. Now, this could be in context with the narcissist. I mean, narcissists come in with the mask. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. The person that you fell in love with in the beginning, like, dang, it just seems like they give me so much, and we just da 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 da. It is a mask, and they can only keep up with it, but for so long. So at some point, normally, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, they typically show you signs. They show you just how cold they can be early. They don't really wait too long. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not going to do it prior to them feeling like you've actually failed for them. But they don't wait. It's not like it's not going to be a situation where you find out years into a relationship. Absolutely not. They're going to do it pretty early. And just to be perfect, I almost feel like they do it to like, it's almost like a test and prepping you, because a narcissist will do something so early in the relationship that it'll like have you questioning a lot. Like, so for you, it'll be like, well, damn, I really, really love this person. We're just starting this journey off. So it's like, I don't want to walk away yet when, we're just entering this situation. This is why healthy boundaries are so, so important. But normally narcissists make their way into the lives of people who do not have boundaries. I mean, just plain and simple. People who do not have boundaries are people who do not yet know their worth. Once you know your worth, a narcissist cannot be in your energy if you know your worth. Period, point blank. And that's why I say they're always tied to a deeper lesson in how you could have manifested this person. That's why I kind of felt like with this mirroring card, and it says that relationship reflect our wounds. You probably attracted this person based off of not knowing your worth. The realest thing a man has ever told me is that if you don't know your worth, then the man sets it for you. If you don't already have your boundaries and your worth set in place, then whoever comes in, they set it. They can set it at whatever scale they feel is appropriate. That's just, it's real. So ultimately, this person could have come in and teach you, where you didn't value yourself and where you weren't setting up healthy boundaries. But ultimately, they did get in your energy by portraying to be somebody that they weren't. They will gaslight you. They will love bomb you. Narcissists, it's just kind of a part of their persona. They will have you walking on air like, oh my gosh, he loves me so much. He loves me so much. And then as soon as they feel like they got you, oh yeah. Now let me take this mask off and show you how I really can get down. And the messed up part, and here's what people don't realize with narcissists. The moment that they do you wrong the first time, if you take them back after that first time, whatever they do the next time is going to be even hurtful, even more hurtful. It's almost like they're doing it to test and train you. Where are your boundaries? I already know you have weak boundaries, but how weak are they really? So I did this really hurtful thing to you. You should walk away and never look back. But if you're willing to take me back, it kind of gives them the initiative. It gives them okay, so now I know how weak their boundaries are. I can definitely do it again. They love me enough that I can definitely do it again. And then it just ends up being a really toxic cycle that, you know, it really just takes, and kind of like to follow up with the last reading, it takes for an epiphany for you to like, it just will hit you like an epiphany, like, wait the fuck a minute. There is a pattern here. This person understands, because what narcissists are really good at doing is making you feel like you're something about your actions is the reason why they did what they did. So it really takes a lot to actually see through the illusion, because they will gaslight you. So gaslighting you means they are going to make whatever their wrongdoings were, they're going to make you feel like you played a part in their wrongdoings. Ultimately leaving you with, okay, so it's like with a narcissist, you'll end up being in a lot of situations where like something happened, where they did something really wrong to you, and you move past it, but deep down inside you be like, did they even understand how that? I don't even think we're on the same page though. They don't really, we're not understanding each other. It's like you're literally moving on from something that they've done without ever feeling like you were fully understood or heard. Because while you have every right to feel like, why would you do me like this? You've wronged me. They have a way of making you feel like, I guess they did it because they felt like I was being this way or that way. It's a really toxic cycle. I mean, that's all I can say. But yeah, ultimately, this person wasn't really showing you who they are, who they really were in the beginning. They may have got access to you through seducing you. So sex could have played a really big part as to how this relationship even stayed together as long as it did. That's what I'm hearing, feeling. Third party interference. If you're dealing with a narcissist always has a third party. Period. Like, period. I'm normally not even a person that speaks for every person, because I'm so optimistic in my way of thinking. But no, narcissists always have a backup supply. Which is why it seems like they get out of one relationship and they hop straight into something else, because they're always nurturing other connections. They need, what is the word? A supply. They need somebody that is constantly feeding their ego. So just in case this one person that I'm dealing with doesn't work out, I need an immediate fix. Somebody else that I can feed off of, that can feed my ego to make me feel good about myself. Narcissists are very, very insecure people. So they need other people to validate them. It doesn't, as cocky and as good of an act that they put on, they need other people to validate themselves. They are not they are not people who can actually sit with themselves. They can't. They just can't. Tell me more, Spirit. Narcissistic relationships. Those are the relationships you end, and then you find out all types of stuff that was going on that you had no idea about while you were dealing with them. Yeah, they're real good at being busy, man. That's all I can say. Tell me more, Spirit, about this spread. Self-indulgence. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. What did I say? That's what your higher self wants you to know. This person came in. This person didn't come in for any for any particular reason. And a lot of times the reason why, okay, we'll get out of these bad relationships, right? And then we'll get into something else. Like, people will feel like the only lesson they were supposed to learn from the relationship is, I'll never mess with somebody who's like that last person again. And they feel like if you focus on that being the only lesson you were supposed to get out of a situation, you are going to find another person very similar to the other person. Now, they might not have all the traits may not be the same, but if you were just in a connection where you felt like you were giving more than what you got, if you're dealing with a narcissist, it's absolutely going to feel that way. It's going to feel like you love them more. It's going to feel like you put in more time and effort than they do. You will end up in another situation. Maybe the person is narcissistic, but maybe they're just emotionally unavailable. You'll end up in another situation where you once again feel like you're putting in more than the other person, where it's not an equal give and take. Why? Because you have not learned the overall lesson, which is your self-worth. Your self-worth. Adding value to finding the value in yourself. Find the value in yourself, set that price, and add tax to it. Period. That's why the narcissist is able to come in. The narcissistic people are only able to stick around and attach themselves to people who have weak boundaries or do not know their self-worth. And I still remember, like, one of the last messages that I said to my ex. I probably didn't mean anything to him, but I said, you are the guy that a woman deals with before she knows her worth. But once she figures out what her worth is, she realizes just how much you don't have to offer. Like, honestly. Because, like, dealing with a narcissist, they mess with your mental. You have to be mentally strong to deal with a narcissist. To really, or even to just, regain your confidence back after dealing with a narcissist, because they will almost condition you to feel like their breadcrumbs is really something. Like, their breadcrumbs. They took you on a little date. You feel like the best woman. Meanwhile, they've been treating you like shit or never in touch with your emotional needs any other time. But they do this one small thing for you. And you, oh my gosh, you just feel like you got showered with so much, because it's, in comparison to what they don't give you, it does feel like a lot. The narcissistic game is a really it's a real psychological type of game. It is. Okay. But yes, beautiful. You're focusing on self. You're learning your self-work. You're doing some shadow work. You're understanding the things that you need to heal within yourself. So you don't end up in a situation where you even attract another person like that again. Another narcissist can't even be attracted to you, because they're going to know, like, oh yeah, this person got way too many boundaries. Their self-worth is way too high. And you got to understand, the narcissist has no self-worth. They are very, very insecure. So they are not going to try to go for a person that they know has a lot of self-respect, has very high boundaries, because they know that they can't meet them. They don't even feel good enough within themselves to, you understand what I'm saying? They know they can't be with somebody like that. And it's, the reality of the situation, it actually comes to you having to have a very uncomfortable conversation with yourself. Because nobody wants to have to say, like, damn, I don't have, my self-worth is so weak that I attracted somebody that seen that in me. That seen that in me, and they actually played on my weaknesses, but that's okay. We don't get taught self-worth in, like, very few households, for the people that have grown up in households where they had parents that celebrated them and reminded them how beautiful, how special, how unique they were. These are people that actually end up having very high high self-esteem, self-respect. They actually go on to do amazing things because they believe in, they grow up to really, really believe in themselves, because they always have had people around them that push them and believe in them. Everybody didn't have that in their childhood, So for some of us, it's just you learning how to be your own cheerleader. Build yourself back up. Building yourself back up, building your boundaries back up, having those conversations. If you feel like, because a lot of stuff does start with inner child healing. So if you feel like in your childhood, nobody was ever really happy with your accomplishments, or nobody really told you how beautiful or how handsome you were, or how special you were, or how unique you were, and you feel like you really needed to hear those words as a kid, it's not too late because you're an adult. Talk to your inner child. Talk to your inner child. What did your inner child need to hear as a kid? Because I promise you, a lot of this lack of self-worth, this low self-worth, these unhealthy boundaries or not having any really boundaries at all, this comes from, most of it stems from childhood, and it just carried on to adulthood, and it gets triggered in these unhealthy relationships. Right. And then on the back of the deck, we have not dealing, hurt, avoiding conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. Still angry. Some of you, a narcissist, at some point they'll reach out. They'll reach out again, even though they normally always have a supply. So if you don't want to deal with them, they will deal with somebody else quick too. Like real quick. Real quick. But at some point, they will reach out because they want to know if they still have access to you. They need to know if they still have access to you. So it could be a possibility you leave the narcissist alone. You start working on yourself, doing shadow work, healing yourself. You actually may even meet somebody else, because this happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, I feel like this is two different energies. Yeah, I do. I feel like it's two different energies. Have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting. This person, you're going to end up meeting somebody that just just sweeps you off your fucking feet. You're not even going to see it coming. So, the shadow work actually, but the shadow work, the healing, that actually may come before you meet this person. It may come at the same time. You never know. The universe works in mysterious ways. And a lot of times soulmates may come into your life to actually help you heal. So, there's going to be a possibility that while you're doing this, while you're self-indulging, focusing on self, that this narcissist may try to reach out just to see if they still have access to you. And I'm just getting your energy is real. Like, no, I'm not dealing. I'm not dealing. I'm still hurt. I don't even want to have a conversation with this person, because every conversation we have, I really don't feel understood anyway. Now, I will say this. If a narcissist feels like they're about to lose you, that'll probably be one of the best conversations you ever have with them, because now they actually won't gaslight you. If they feel like for real, they're about to lose you, it's not going to be a gaslighting conversation where they're blaming you for their actions. It's, oh, but I love you so much, I can't stop thinking about you, and da-da-da-da-da. The stuff that makes you feel real special. That's the type of conversation you'll get from them when they feel like they're losing grip on you. But ultimately, you can fall for it if you want to. Let them pull you back in. They will ultimately go back. It might be okay for a little while, but ultimately they're going to go back to their same characteristics, because it is a character trait. It's not somebody like, unfortunately, if somebody says that somebody is a narcissist to you, that means you cannot fix them. That's what that means. Because the thing with a narcissist is they have to be able to admit to themselves that they need help. And narcissists have inner child healing that they need to do as well. But most narcissists will not admit that there is an issue with them in the first place to even do it. So you cannot love a narcissist out of narcissism. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? You can't preach or yell or, do you see what you're doing to me? Like, you can't make them empathize with you out of their narcissism. Like, it just is what it is. It is something that you honestly, I believe some people will say a narcissist will always be a narcissist. And I believe that's because that's coming from people who are just dealing with them on a psychological level. Like if a narcissist, like, because there are, they do have, like, you know, there are people who have MPD that will go to counseling. But, you know, counseling, like a therapist or a, what the hell is it? A psychologist or whatever. But, you know, they deal with everything psyche. That's your mind. But it's deeper than your mind. Like, it's a narcissist. It is a chakra imbalance. So it's way deeper than just let's treat their brain. No, their whole energetic field needs to be healed. Definitely starting with the root chakra. Because what narcissism, it starts by stuff that's happened in childhood. And honestly, narcissists, so like a narcissist could either look like a narcissistic person that takes and takes and takes from people and doesn't, you know, who takes and does for themselves, or it can look like codependency. Somebody who needs to give to feel validated. They're really both forms of narcissism. It's just one needs to give to feel good about themselves, and one needs to take as much as they can to feel good about themselves. Ultimately, both parties need to do some inner child healing. And it's bigger than just actually sitting. In my mind, it is much bigger than just sitting and talking to I don't know the terms, y'all, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, whichever one. They both deal with the brain. And for me, these are things that need to be healed. It's a chakra imbalance. It's not just the brain. So your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your crown chakra, it all needs to be healed. It all needs to be balanced out. Okay. Anything else? Spirit. Anything else from this deck? I think they're telling me to move on. I'll take this one, but I'm going to move on. Yes, beautiful. This is a beautiful way to end with this deck. So it says ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Yes. Yes. So a lot of you have actually took this situation as a learning experience and have grown from it. You've ascended from it. Beautiful. This is beautiful. And you're ascending from it. You're learning that, damn, okay, I attracted this person because of my weak boundaries, the things that I need to work on. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to end up meeting somebody who actually brings me peace. Someone who feels like paradise. Someone that's going to strike you with the key. I'm saying, I'm telling you, it might knock you right off your feet. You ain't going to expect it. Then the last reading, winter came out. So that may have been, winter may be very, very significant to somebody as to when you may meet this person. Cupid's arrow. This is making me think Valentine's Day. So, you know, it's looking good, collective. Despite the hardships you've had to experience to get to where you're going. Like I said, my readings are timeless, so this can be past, present, or future for some of you. Regardless of the hardships that you've had to experience, it's leading you to something better. And that's the beautiful part of it. Okay? All right, but this has been your reading. If this resonated in any way, shape, or form, please like, comment, subscribe. It is just a beautiful way to energetically donate back to my channel. But until next time, I love y'all all so, so much. And